Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel, The Reading Outer 7. So today I'm going to be doing another one of Rachel recommends, and today I'm going to be recommending YA Contemporaries. I actually read quite a bit of contemporary, which is surprising because I generally don't like romantic movies and that kind of thing, but for some reason there's something about a very sweet contemporary that I just kind of love. So yeah, I have 10 books that I want to talk about, technically 13 because one's a series, but 10 in general. I don't own all of these, but the ones I do I'll show you guys. So, the first book that I'm going to talk about is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sinha Menon. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This was really cute. I really enjoyed it. It's about a girl and a guy, clearly, and they meet at a camp for like people who are interested in designing apps. Dimple doesn't realize that her parents kind of set her up to meet Rishi, and so but Rishi knows, and so it all just kind of chaos ensues basically. But it's really cute. It's interesting to see like different, I don't know, culture kind of, and their traditions and that kind of thing, and kind of see that come together. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Love is the Higher Law by David Levithan. This is a very short contemporary. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I did not expect this to be as impactful as it was. It was extremely hard-hitting, and just kind of like blew me away with just how like devastatingly impactful this was. This book is about 9/11 and kind of the people in New York when it happened, and the people who live there, and them trying to kind of recover from it and figuring out how to live with what's happened. And it was just very powerful. The next book I'm going to talk about is actually a series, and that is the Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins, which is Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. This series is just so cute. I gave Anna and the French Kiss 5 stars, Lola and the Boy Next Door 4 stars, and then Isla and the Happily Ever After 5 stars as well. The only thing I didn't like about Lola and the Boy Next Door is I just wasn't like feeling Lola necessarily as a character. She kind of got on my nerves. But other than that, these are so cute. Just pure fun. I love them to death. And they're kind of cool because they kind of deal with travel at the same time, because one takes place in Paris, one takes place in San Francisco, and one takes place in New York, kind of Paris too. And they all kind of tie in together in small ways, which I think is really awesome, so very enjoyable. I think you guys should pick them up. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about I don't actually own a copy of anymore, and I'm kind of kicking myself for it because I did really love the book and it had a beautiful cover. I don't know what I was thinking when I got rid of it. But that is The Brilliant Light of Amber Sunrise by Matthew Crow. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It's kind of like The Fault in Our Stars, but like British, and I thought that was kind of one of the best parts of it. Like the humor is really just very British, and I kind of loved that. And even though it is very similar to The Fault in Our Stars, it like took its own personality, so it's really good. The next one I'm going to talk about, I also don't own anymore, and that is Violent Ends. It's written by a bunch of different authors, but it was kind of compiled by Sean David Hutchinson. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This book was incredible. It was very different. When you think contemporary, I think you often think like fluffy romance, but this was contemporary in a completely different way. It was about a school shooting, and it took place in 17 different points of view, none of them the shooter's point of view, which I think was really cool. And I think it was very important that one of the points of view was not the shooter, just because it kind of let you have like an unbiased view of him, which I think was really cool. And there's even a perspective of the gun, which I thought was amazing. So well written, absolutely fantastic. Definitely should check it out. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler, and art by Maria Kalman. This book I read in one day, which is impressive, for me especially. And this is just the story of why they broke up. It's told in kind of like letter format, sort of, because she's writing letters to the guy that she broke up with, It's just really cute. I love the illustrations in this as well. They add to the story so well, I think. I just really enjoyed it. And it doesn't hurt that Daniel Handler also wrote a series of Unfortunate Events, so I already love his work. And the next book is Looking for Alaska by John Green. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This book is very interesting, first off. It's broken into 2 parts, before Alaska and after he meets Alaska, and it's a very twisted romance, to be honest with you, but I did really enjoy it. Basically, Miles is the main character, and he goes to a boarding school and kind of meets this mysterious girl named Alaska, and he just kind of follows her on all these crazy adventures, and so it's really very interesting. The next book is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. This is the first Jennifer E. Smith book I've ever read, and it was just really cute. I understand why everybody loves her writing now. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, just because parts of it didn't necessarily continually grip me. But I love the romance in this. It's so cute, and even though it's like extremely insta-lovey, I still kind of can't help but adore everything about it. It's just very sweet and innocent, I guess you would say, and it doesn't help that the guy is British, because that just like sells it for me, to be honest with you. And it all takes place like in an airport, on an airplane, like all in one day, kind of, sorta, and it's just really cute. The next one I also don't own anymore, and that is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I actually had to read this book for class last year, for my Native American Literature class, and I actually loved it, which is saying something because generally I don't like the required readings that we have to read, even in college. But this book was just so fun and very easy to relate to, and I think it took a very interesting perspective into Native Americans and kind of their lives and what we have, as a government, have kind of forced them into, living in reservations, and how hard it is for them to get off the reservation and to really make something for themselves. And this story was just beautiful. It was a beautiful coming-of-age story, and it was just very powerful, and I love the little illustrations in it because our narrator is an illustrator, and so he puts in his little doodles every now and then. I mean, it's basically his diary, and I just think it's very well done, extremely well written, and it was just very eye-opening to me. So I definitely would recommend it. And I gave that book 4 out of 5 stars. And so the final book that I want to talk to you about is a really old book that I have not even thought about in a really long time, but I was thinking about contemporary recommendations, and of course I had to do this book, just because it's so timeless to me, and that is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I wasn't even on Goodreads when I was reading this, but I honestly don't think this book deserves anything less than like a perfect score. This book is so cute and fun, and I love the character of Stargirl. She's so unique, and I just love like the romance that's in this, even though it's not like the forefront. I mean, it is kind of, sort of, but it's all about Stargirl and just like how she affects people around her, which I think is just amazing. It's so cute. So that's all I have for you guys today. That's my contemporary recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought of them. And let me know if you have any awesome contemporary recommendations for me too. So yeah, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more awesome content. And I'll see you guys next time.